County Board of Commissioners General Session meeting. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Crawley.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, as a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those calling in, please ensure that your line is muted. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's begin with the engineer.
Resolution number 42324. Strand Associates Incorporated, consulting engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County engineer by providing engineering design services for Cassidy Avenue from Plaza Properties Boulevard to Agler Road Improvement Project, Mifflin Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $808,231.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. On behalf of Brad Foster, Franklin County Engineer, my name is Terry Pritchard, Executive Assistant. This resolution seeks approval of a contract with Strand Associates, consulting engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer by providing engineering design services for Cassidy Avenue from Plaza Properties Boulevard to Agler Road Improvement. Strand Associates is a local engineering firm and was chosen by the engineers qualification-based selection process. This is a collaborative project with financial participation from the City of Columbus. The project is also funded by MORPSI attributable dollars and private development dollars and will widen and reconstruct Cassidy Avenue, improve drainage, and add a shared use path on sidewalk along the corridor. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 42324.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 42324 has been adopted. Resolution number 42424. Approval of the Jefferson Manor Phase 2 Subdivision Plat, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks approval of the Jefferson Manor Phase 2 subdivision plat. The subdivision is located in Jefferson Township on McGowan Road between Wagner Road and Dixon Road. Approval of this resolution is the last legislative step, allowing the developer to begin to sell lots and start building homes. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 42424.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 42424 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prosecuting Attorney.
Resolution number 42524. Resolution authorizing a second amendment to the contract with Matrix Point Software LLC for software integration services in the amount of $8,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jesse
morning.
Armstrong, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, on behalf of Franklin County Prosecutor G. Gary Tyak. This resolution would authorize a second amendment to the contract with Matrix Point Solutions to provide additional IT services for an integration between the Prosecutor's Office Matrix system and the IntelliView application. This work would allow a streamlined and more expedient transfer of data and information between these two systems utilized by the Prosecutor's Office. Total cost of this contract will not exceed $8,000. Pending any questions, we would respectfully request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 42524.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 42524 has been adopted.
Thank you. Committee partnerships.
Resolution number 42624. Resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant with Franklin County Public Health for the support of A Kid Again in the amount of $650,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County
morning.
Administration.
Good morning.
Brittany Hilliard, Community Partnership Coordinator. We have 3 resolutions for you today. The first resolution authorizes a COVID-19 grant agreement for Franklin County Public Health in the amount of $650,000. Under the terms of this agreement, Franklin County Public Health will work in collaboration with A Kid Again and provide hope, happiness, and healing for Franklin County families raising a child with a life-threatening condition. They offer unique services focusing on the whole family through adventures and throughout the year at no cost to the family. Travis Gulling, Executive Director of A Kid Again Central Ohio, is on the call if you have any questions. If there are no questions or comments, we respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
Yes, please, DCA Bivens.
Thank you so much. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. Thank you. I believe this is the second time. This is a re-up for them. Did they provide a status update of the wonderful things that they did with the previous dollars?
Yeah, so we have an Exhibit A that was just sent to me
Okay.
last week. I can,
Okay, good. That's
Include
really
that.
good. I think that would be good for us to have that, and so that we can
Yep.
make sure that the community.
and their
are
last
aware.
grant was September
Yeah,
2021.
yeah. They do wonderful things. We just want to make sure we update the community on that and how to access those dollars as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, that's on me. If there are no comments or questions, I move for approval of Resolution 42624.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 42624 has been adopted. Resolution number 42724, resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant extension with Franklin County Public Health for the support of restoring our own through transformation in the amount of $425,000.
Our second resolution authorizes a grant extension with Franklin County Public Health for $425,000. Similar to previous years, $350,000 of the grant will be provided to restoring our own through transformation, and $75,000 will be used for internal costs for Franklin County Public Health. Under the terms of this agreement, Franklin County Public Health will continue working with Root to provide prenatal and postnatal doula services, and continue working with underserved populations regarding safe and healthy childbirth. Alexandra Jones, Assistant Health Commissioner, is on the call if you have any questions. We respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
Yeah, I didn't know if Alex had some things to say about about the partnership with Root.
Good morning, Commissioners. Alexandria Jones, Assistant Health Commissioner, Franklin County Public Health. Happy to say a couple words. Since the generous partnership and funding from the Board of Commissioners in 2022, we have been able to partner with Restoring Our Own Through Transformation for our most committed area as we are looking to improve maternal and infant health outcomes and the disparity that we see the most are Black birthing individuals. So in collaboration with Root, they have been able to provide comprehensive perinatal support services, specifically doulas during the postpartum and also interpartum period of individuals and their families as they are building their families however they see fit. We really appreciate our continued partnership as this is an area with us in our community health improvement plan that we have very focused efforts on, especially that Black infant mortality and maternal mortality disparity rate there. So happy to answering questions that the Board of Commissioners or partners might have as well.
Great. If I may, Commissioner Boyce?
Please, Commissioner Crawley.
Thank you, President Boyce. I just want to speak to my relationship with Root or Restoring Our Own Through Transformation. I have talked about this even before I was elected, and since I've been elected, and even in the State House, and now at the Board of Commissioners. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Jessica Roach, who had sent me a message on Facebook now 7 years ago. I have talked about having a traumatic pregnancy and complications when I was 18 weeks pregnant, all the way up until 34 weeks when I had to have an emergency C-section and then complications after. And my children will be 20 next month. But I had never talked about my traumatic pregnancy because nobody I knew had experienced that like I did. Everybody else had a smooth birth and all of that. And so Jessica, not even knowing me, reached out and had invited me to a group discussion with other individuals who had a similar story as me. And that helped me get past like shame and just feeling like very alone and isolated. And I then went into the State House, ran for office, got elected, went to the State House and made maternal mortality and morbidity one of my priority policy areas, and have continued to do that since I've been elected. But if it wasn't for Root providing a safe space where I can talk about my situation, I wouldn't be a champion like I am today for maternal and infant mortality. The other thing that I will say is even more recently, as Root also works with families on family planning, but also reproductive issues, not even just pregnancy and post, but Jessica has been with me, literally been with me, going to doctor's appointments, looking at labs. I knew something was wrong. My doctors were telling me I had nothing going on. And she was like, no, based on what you're telling me, I think something's going on. She looked at my labs, made recommendations to new doctors where I've been able to get a different diagnosis that I'm not able to talk about right now. However, if it was not for her being willing to look at my labs and make recommendations to doctors, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I just want to continue to lift up Root and Jessica specifically in the care that she has for women and birthing people in our community, and making sure that everyone has the same opportunities to thrive and not just survive. And so I'm so grateful for that organization. And to the doulas who are out in the community every single day working with Franklin County Public Health to make sure that, one, their record is they have not lost a mother and they have not lost an infant. And so those are the outcomes that we are looking for each and every day, to make sure that infants make it past their first birthday, but also women don't die during and after childbirth. Thank you.
Well said, Commissioner. Thanks for sharing.
All right. If there are no additional comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 42724.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 42724 has been adopted. Resolution number 42824, resolution authorizing a COVID-19 recovery grant extension with Franklin County Public Health to address health disparities and advance adoption of the health and equity in all policies in the amount of $250,000.
Our last resolution authorizes a grant extension with Franklin County Public Health for $250,000. Under the terms of this agreement, Franklin County Public Health will promote and support all policies that prioritize the health of all people, especially people of color, by mitigating exposure to adverse childhood experiences and trauma in childhood, and ensuring implementation of health and equity in all policies. They will focus on embracing diversity, incorporating anti-racism policies across the agency, boards, leadership, staffing, and contracting. Alexandra Jones, as you can see, is still on the call if you have any questions. We respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
President Boyce.
Yes, please,
Comments.
Commissioner Crawley.
Thank you, Brittany. Alex, if you could talk to me just a little bit about the work that you all started a few years ago with ACES. And so I know we provided like a $75,000 grant, have not gotten any updates on where that work is. So for those who are listening in or in the audience, ACES is adverse childhood experiences. And so can you talk to me about that work and how does that fit in with health equity in all policies?
Yes, happy to. Thank you again, Commissioners. And I actually see my colleague, Lisa Dent, our Associate Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion for the Health Department on. So Lisa, is it okay if I turn that over to you to respond to the Commissioners?
Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, staff and administrators, and also guests to the session. I actually don't have any updates on the ACES, but I'm more than happy to get that information. That programming connected to ACES is primarily governed by our Health Systems and Planning Division, but I'm more than happy to provide an update as you have asked for.
So does the health and equity in all policies not talk about it at all either?
We do as an organization, as an agency-wide effort. Equity is happening in every one of our divisions. And I just so happen to not supervise that particular portion of the health and equity in all policies policy, but I'm more than happy to get a specific update for the ACES work. I know that over the last couple of years, we've definitely sponsored ACES summits with key topics concerning that area. But to be more specific, and I just don't want to give out incorrect information, to be a little more thorough, I would ask that we request that from our particular division that governs that particular work.
So as it relates to health equity in our policies, what work is Franklin County Public Health doing with at least the legislature? When I was in the before I went into the legislature, Senator Charlita Tavares had introduced legislation and was working really hard to get health equity in all policies through the State House, and then once she left and I came in, I helped champion that work a little bit more. But I think it's important, whether we're talking about here in the county or statewide, we should know whether the laws that we implement have a positive, negative, or neutral impact on the lives of Franklin County residents or Ohio. So can you talk to me about work that you all are doing with legislators for a statewide health equity in all policies?
And that's a particular area that I would say that we've done less work in terms of statewide with the legislature, but we've concentrated more locally, internally, externally in administering our health and equity in all policies policy, such as work as equity training, cultural humility training. We also have implemented our cultural climate audit survey, taken recommendations from that. We have done strategic sessions to implement that work and work it into our strategic plan. Our health and equity and all policies policy also supports our internal health equity committee that is cross-divisional, that supports and leads the work of any DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion activities that are related. Currently, we're doing 4 quarterly town hall sessions that are learning sessions in order to also apply much of the other equity learning across the agency. It also supports the Equity Advisory Council that has over 50 cross-sector organizations that have remained sustained and working diligently since its inception in 2020. And I think that you all are a bit familiar with the Equity Advisory Council's work. We also offer funding stipends through that council. And that council supports all of our health equity work throughout the divisions. Also, the Health and Equity in All Policies policy supports our CHIP, our Community Health Improvement Plan, especially the racial equity priority, which is one of the 4 priorities.
Okay, thank you. Go.
Commissioners, if I may.
Please.
Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. I just wanted to also highlight that our Director of Government Affairs, Kevin Pangrace, met for a significant amount of time yesterday with Director Joe Mazzola and team at Franklin Public Health to continue to foster exactly what you're talking about, Commissioner, the work at the state level, in addition to the work at the local level, so that we can be in partnership with priorities of both you as a board and also the Franklin County Public Health.
Absolutely, thank you. The reason why I was asking, well, one, I want to know, but more importantly, when I think about some of the laws that are coming out of the State House that are very much, when I think about trans kids or LGBTQIA individuals, and we have a number of pieces of legislation that really attacks that population, that it has an impact on mental health. When we think about just even during the pandemic and after, suicides have increased, major depression has been increased. And so when we think about how that impacts our neighbors here in Franklin County, we should have some kind of assessment or evaluation for those types of laws and policies and how they have an impact, whether positive, negative, or neutral. So I just wanted to use that as an example, but then also want to know what we're doing here in Franklin County to really support our residents from a health equity lens. So thank you, and we'll work with Kevin as well on that legislation. So, all right. If there are no additional comments or questions, I move for approval of Resolution 428-424.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 428-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Resolution number 429-24. Resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the National African American Male Wellness Agency to support the Black Male Wellness Day and the Uplift Her Wellness Day in the amount of $250,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Good morning. Damika Withers, Chief Economic Equity and Inclusion Officer in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. The mission of the African American Male Wellness Agency is to increase the life expectancy of African American men in physical health, mental health, financial health, fatherhood, and research. The African American Male Wellness Agency seeks to improve poor health outcomes affecting African American men and women who live across Franklin County, and surrounding communities by engaging African Americans and other people of color. In the efforts to meet these goals, the African American Male Well Agency hosts the Uplift Her Wellness Day, being held this year on Thursday, June 20th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at St. Charles Preparatory School. And our very own, Franklin County's very own, Deputy County Administrator Joy Bivens is serving as the honorary chair. Uplift Her is a health and wellness event for women created by women to inform and empower women of color to prioritize their health. The event offers resources that support health, heart and disease, health with biometric screenings and education, breast health and mammograms, women's wellness education, cervical cancer screenings, mental wellness, maternal and infant health education, youth mentorship activities for young girls ages 13 through 17, and much more. The African American Male Wellness Agency also hosts a 5K walk and run to help save Black men's lives. In 2023, there were more than 30,000 attendees, 1,124 men were screened, and 51.6% of Black men were made aware for the first time that they are at risk for heart attack, stroke, peripheral artery disease. In 2023, 8,432 biometric screenings were completed. And this year, on August 10, 2024, the African American Male Wellness Agency will host Black Men's Wellness Day with their families who are able to receive health screenings for blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol, HIV, STD, STI, and prostate cancer, all for free, as well as participate in the 5K walk and run. This resolution supports the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint, goal number 9, reducing the overall incidence and racial disparities in occurrences of preventable diseases and trauma, and improving the health of those living with chronic mental, physical, and behavioral health conditions among those struggling financially. There are many representatives here from the African American Male Wellness Agency, as well as Kenny Hampton, president, here to offer comments and answer any questions you may have. After questions or comments, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Thank you so much, D'Amica. Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, Commissioner Boyce. Good morning, administration. We're excited today. We're excited to once again be here so that we're able to really just shine light on what the work you all are doing with the Board of Commissioners. The Board of Commissioners here in Franklin County has done an incredible job raising the bar. We are in 18 cities across this country, but we are using the model of how we have the support of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners here partnering with us in this space. Our number one goal is to increase life expectancy. Black men are dying in the hands of preventable diseases at the ages of 67 years old on average. But we're excited because we're able to bring this event, which we say is the most fun you'll ever have at a doctor's appointment, because we got live entertainment. It's a great family festive event, but it's an opportunity for us to provide the only health screening that many of our men will ever have in that entire year. Too many of our men know more about their bodies, more about their vehicles than they know about their bodies. And we're just saying not on our watch. And so we want to personally thank, on behalf of our founders, Pam and John Gregory, and the entire team, we want to thank Commissioner Boyce for serving as our previous honorary chair, and also Commissioner Crawley is serving as our previous honorary chair for Uplift Her, because they're literally leading from the front, and they're showing the rest of the country what it looks like to really be about the business of health equity. And so we're excited this year to, again, be able to partner with residents of Franklin County, where tens of thousands of folks join us in this space, locking arms to raise awareness, because on that day, thousands of men are finding out life-changing and also life-saving information. I was one of those individuals thinking 3 years ago that I was okay, thinking that I was in decent shape. Come to find out, I had high blood pressure. But that's a statistic that 15% of our men that show up to our event have to go to the emergency room. And the statistic that Ms. D'Amica did share, about 85% of the men that are screened, 56% of those, they're finding out for the very first time they have elevated blood pressure. That's a problem. We're just saying not on our watch. So on behalf of the entire organization, we thank you so much, but we're also addressing the issues that are plaguing the Black community for our females as well. And I'd like to invite our Vice President, Natalie Donnelly, to speak briefly about that as well.
Thank you. Good morning. And as Kenny said, thank you again, Commissioner Crawley, and now Franklin County Deputy Administrator Joy Bivens for serving as our honorary chair, and championing that. Joy Bivens has been coming out to our Wednesday workout days as well, because her and current honorary chair Michael Bivens has really been leading by example, showing that we have to live healthy lifestyles. So Uplift Her, again, is to serve the women in our community of color, making sure that we're decreasing that 4 times likely to die of breast cancer, as well as other comorbidities such as cardiovascular disease. We know that every minute in the United States, a woman dies of heart attack or stroke, and so we want to be that solution, making sure that we are decreasing those mortality rates as well. So we have the Uplift Her on June 20th, which we're really excited to have. Along with that, we too will be serving with the social services. We have also a senior pavilion for our women of color seniors, and I think I saw Shanda here. She has been also too a great champion for our seniors in that space as well. Commissioner Carley talked about Root. We have recently had a great partnership with them, so Jessica will be in attendance to serve for maternal health services at Uplift Her, making sure that women are getting connected who are currently pregnant or plan to become pregnant and have the services that they need. We've also joined forces on a doula training program that Jessica has been gracious to support us and evaluate that space as well. So we look forward to seeing all of you, as well as the residents of Franklin County, at Uplift Her on June 20th, as well as the Blackman's Wellness Day on August 10th.
Please, DJ Bivens.
Thank you, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services for the Board of Commissioners. First of all, thank you so much for being so gracious. Many times when we talk about health, we neglect many of the important things that our bodies give us indicators for. I can only speak for the female side of it because I am a female. I will say that particularly women, we have so many responsibilities that we neglect ourselves. We take care of our children, we take care of our households, and we work. And many times when we get aches and pains or things, we just kind of push it off because we got to get to the next thing. Just right before general session started, Commissioner Boyce was chastising me in a very loving way regarding something, saying he was going to tell
It
my
wasn't a
boss.
very loving way.
It was in a loving way.
It was harsh. I've talked to the administrator about it already as well.
But it has been an honor to serve in this capacity because I'm having conversations with women that I didn't have before. Right? I've never gone to the doctor or had a mammogram and had to get a call back. This year that happened. And it was, you got to come back. We didn't get enough whatever. We need to come back. And then you go into the room and they say, hey, if this person comes in, that means we're going to do it again. If this person comes in, we need to do this. So they both came in and I was like, oh, shoot, let me call Michael right now to make sure I got my will in order. Right? But it was nothing, thankfully. But when you have those moments, you think about what you should have done prior to coming into that room. So I would encourage every person, make yourself a priority. I think Commissioner Crowley does a really good job. All the commissioners make a really good job, but Commissioner Crowley is one that's always pull back, make sure you take care of yourself. But I'm going to say for the females, take care of yourselves because the responsibilities are always going to be here. And one of the things, as being an honorary chair in honor of me and my husband, we wanted to make sure that we promoted healthy relationships. If you don't have healthy relationships, it causes stress on your body. That could be friendships or, partnership or whatever ship that most folks have, marriage. But those things, as far as taking care of your relationship, you take care of each other. And it's been an honor to serve with my husband in this capacity. So thank you so much, and thank you for all the work that you're doing.
And thank you for sharing your story just with that as well. That 1 year that women skip to get their mammograms, 48% of them are diagnosed with stage 2 or higher breast cancer. So don't skip your appointments or your mammograms just because things have been great for 5 years. It's in that 1 year that you skip your exam that you get diagnosed with stage 2 or greater breast cancer. So thank you for sharing your story and being a champion for us for Uplift Her. You've been at every one of our events along with Commissioner Crowley, supporting women in the community, and we greatly appreciate you.
Please, Commissioner Crowley.
Thank you, President Boyce. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for all that you do, especially for our neighbors in Franklin County to promote health and wellness. I will say, and I shared this story before, last year as I was the honorary chair for Uplift Her, came to the event and did all the things, and I thought I was good, and my blood pressure was high. And then we did it again, and it was still high. And then I followed up with the doctor after that, and it was still high. And typically, it's low, and I know that's not good either. But when I think about being like 129 or 130 over 100, where I'm normally low, it's concerning for me, especially as I have a mother who passed away 10 months ago from heart disease, had a heart attack. My grandmother, heart disease, had a heart attack and died. And so that is something that is at the forefront for me and that I can't take lightly, especially now, and given that I'm predisposed to have heart disease myself. And so as I was thinking, to your point, DCA Bivens, like, everything's good. Like, I'm just here to do all the things, the photo ops or whatever, and do my peace sign and make it like this is all good. But then it was like, okay, wait a minute, like, for real, there's something going on, and now I know there's like an underlying condition. But had I not been there, that would not have been the case. And so just want to lift that up. So take care of yourselves, make sure you get checked on a regular basis. But also to your point, Natalie, about breast cancer, my best friend's sister, who lives here in Dayton, last year had a regular checkup in March or April, and she had some concerns. They looked again, and it was fine. And then come October, she was stage 3, and then had to go through chemo and radiation, we're thinking it's in remission right now, but she has another follow-up. So to your point, like, it could be one thing, but listen to your body. Like, she knew something was off and then ended up going to her doctor 6 months later and then had stage 3 breast cancer. So we have to take this seriously. Women get your breast exams every year. But also listen to your body. When you know something's wrong, follow up with your doctor. If you still feel like something's wrong, get a second opinion. Like, you know your body better than anyone else. And so please take it seriously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's my turn now.
Okay, Commissioner O'Grady.
So this is my topic, but as a young guy, I thought I was indestructible, and found out I wasn't, and had 2 young kids, and so my whole story was all about my young kids and wanting to be around for them, and so as a young 35-year-old dad with 2 young kids, I wanted to make sure that I was around for them to grow up and watch them grow up, and so I started listening to my doctors and seeing my doctors, and took everything seriously, and started, and when I got here, I used this as a pulpit to be able to say to everybody, go see your doctor. Don't skip seeing your doctor. Don't miss your appointments. Make sure you do your screenings. Make sure you take your meds. We had this whole thing for the longest time about, not missing your appointments and making sure that you're taking your medicines, and don't cheat on your medicines. Don't cut your medicines in half. When we were doing the stuff with Dr. Edgar and the prescription, the prescription drugs and everything. And then I had to go through it all over again, and I had to deal with, for years I've been, the patient, and then, I was able to, do articles in the newspaper and sit with the reporters and do my whole story in the newspaper. And I've been able to sit and do my story with the television stations. And so I've been able to be an advocate and talk about this, and talk to Mr. Gregory about, the idea that you have to do this. You can't ignore it, because if you ignore it, it doesn't go away. It just gets worse. And if you ignore it, you're not doing anybody any good. You're not doing yourself any good. The situation doesn't, just magically disappear. It just continues to compound and get worse. And, you have others to think about besides yourself. And, now, it's not just because my kids have become adults. I have one that's still in high school, but the rest of them are all adults now. So now it's all about my grandkids. I don't have any grandkids yet, but I will. And so, there's always another reason other than yourself. And as Commissioner Crowley likes to remind folks, nobody knows your body better than you do. You can't ignore those warning signs. But you know, you can't, you know, it's always like, oh, I'll take care of it tomorrow. I'll take care of it later today. I'll take care of it, you know, the day after tomorrow. I'm busy right now. I'm on a trip. I'm doing this. I'm working. I've got this project going on. Well, so I put the reminder in my phone. You know, I got a timer, you know, I got an appointment in my phone. And so I don't forget to make sure that I make the phone call. I don't forget to make sure that I make the appointment. You can't do that. You can't put your medications off. You can't put your appointments off. You can't put the phone calls off. You know, so I'm constantly I reminded my wife this morning. I remind this guy whenever I can, whenever he tells me that he forgot, because his blood pressure issues that he you know, he tells me he doesn't want to deal with. Okay, well then make sure you make those phone calls and that you do take your medicine. You know, so you're not you know, it doesn't make you tougher because you ignore the signs. It doesn't make you tougher because you don't go to the doctor. It doesn't make you tougher. It just makes you dumber. So get your screenings. Listen to the advice of all of the folks that are telling you what to do, because all it does is it makes you dumber and it makes you not here for the people that love you the most.
I wasn't going to speak, but I think I will. Commissioner O'Grady and Commissioner Crawley just been so profound in why we invest in this kind of partnership. But I have maybe 2 points. One, we like to invest in our institution of the county, in our own Thrive program, to really promote wellness and taking care of ourselves as we go out about the work every day of Franklin County, every resident every day. That in itself can be have a stress impact on you. And so we try to not just promote the idea of going to the doctor, but allow our employees to be engaged in a healthy lifestyle. That's the other part about this that I think is important, and that's trying to live the best healthy lifestyle. You can have a business partner who's a physician, and he always says, you know, the best diet, because he's like all these diets and all these different things. He said the best diet is the one you can stick to. And I really believe in that, the you know, finding a place and a pathway for yourself that can allow you to live the healthiest life that you can. And to Commissioner O'Grady's point, my second point about listening, but more importantly, hearing the call of your friends, the call of institutions like the African American Wellness Walk, and so many others, and so many others that encourage you not only to have wellness checks, but to then do the follow-up. For me, it was a stigma of knowing that high blood pressure ran in my family, quite honestly, seeing the health issues that came from those and all the struggles that those family members had. And quite frankly, and mentally, it did something to me to make me feel like, you know, that was going to be my demise. Once I started taking that medicine, and it was Commissioner O'Grady and some others too. Commissioner Crawley and I had a conversation about it as well. But Commissioner O'Grady, he's on me about taking it, and so is my wife. You know, she's on me about taking it because and I had a relative that just passed away just a month ago from high blood pressure, and she was young, quite honestly, and in relatively good health. And the point of all of that is that it's not enough for us to recognize one day a year where we're out and doing wellness checks. It's free to the public. It's not enough to just fund that. It requires all of us being friends to each other to say, it's important that you go get checked. It's important that you follow up and take the medicine. It's important that you live a healthy lifestyle, what works for you, you know, and you know, there are all these ranges of what a healthy lifestyle is. It's like my business partner says, it's what works for you, what you can stick to. And so just want to encourage you because, and say thank you for the work. My office right now, I got all this new staff. We're training for a marathon together as part of our wellness effort because we really want to not just talk about it, but live it. And so we're all going to run a marathon together someday. We're training right now, and we're going to be running together in the Wellness Walk. That'll be one of our, gear races. But the point is, it's really just making the effort to live the lifestyle, the healthiest lifestyle that you can. So enough has been said, but thank you so much for your work. And I think the Uplift Her is just outstanding connection to this entire conversation. And these are piece of cake things to fund. This is easy things for us to fund. You keep coming back to us keep holding us accountable for investing in our residents every day in the same way you're partnering with us in this effort. So thanks.
President Boyce. I know we've touched on this quite a bit, but the most important project that anyone has in life is themselves. So I want to add further that you all, under your leadership, the Thrive On program has been constantly evolving and improving and focusing upon prevention. And that prevention has led to a better quality of life for our employees by having the encouragement for those screenings that you all have emphasized in great detail. And Commissioner O'Grady touched upon medical adherence. And several years ago, you all waived your copay on your high blood pressure medicines and your diabetes medicines because research showed that individuals will not keep up on medical adherence for minor reasons. So those excuses have all been taken away, and you all have put financial incentives in place. A number of years ago, you all allowed us to establish Franklin County's own 5K run walk, which will be this fall. And that event is successful. And we have furthermore encouraged our employees, and I thank our employees for all they do each and every day. Passed a mammogram wagon just this week, parked here on the ground. So I thank our employees for taking ownership of their health. And we're seeing that in our bottom line results for our healthcare plan. And it's enabled us to continue to enhance things. But as I conclude here, I also want to encourage our employees to attend Uplift Her on Thursday, June the 20th, as well as our employees always enthusiastically participate in the African American Wellness Walk, which is coming up on the 10th of August. So we want to turn out and show out Franklin County employees, Team Franklin County, at all of these events.
We need a Franklin County team to be CMHA, because CMHA said they're going to be this year, so.
So I'm challenging all Team Franklin County employees to turn out, show out at all of these health and wellness events and be a leader in this community.
Good luck to CMHA.
Don't they get money for biometric screenings? We don't get it, but don't they get money for the biometric screening? So if you haven't gotten your biometric screening, get it and get your coins. So.
Wait, I thought we did get it, but no.
No, I don't know. The elected officials.
We don't.
The elected
The three of
officials.
us- The three of us don't get it.
We
but
don't
the
get it, but
employees
y'all
get
get $200, $300?
The employees get it. We don't get it. We're not allowed.
Okay.
Ours is elected officials.
Before we move for passage, I do want to just say, my staff sent me a correction on something I said. They said, hey, it was a half marathon we agreed to, not a full. So I just want to say that for the record, so they corrected me on that.
They like, I did not sign up for
Yeah,
that.
they're like,
That is
it
not
was
what I
a half,
agreed to.
Commissioner, not full.
That is not what I agreed to. Okay, well,
I
if
just
there,
want to be clear, Annie and I are not running a half or a full marathon, either one.
I will walk, run. I will walk some and run some and walk again. If there are no additional comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 429-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley?
No, I'm just joking. Yes.
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 Commissioner O'Grady, okay.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 429-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 430-24. Resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute an agreement with Real Situations Incorporated to support a teen violence prevention program in the amount of $234,499.
Commissioners, Real Situations Incorporated is an Ohio nonprofit whose mission is to create a safe, structured environment within community for middle and high school-age boys and girls to showcase their skills and passion for sports and other extracurricular activities. Real Situations aims to achieve its mission through its Thursday Night Thrillers summer basketball program. The program, established in 2021, is a six-week summer basketball program strategically designed to prevent teen violence. In 2021, TNT set out on a mission to impact youth and their families. Its unique outdoor basketball league strategically operates during times when youth violence is most prevalent. The program is tailored for middle school boys, high school boys and girls, offering them a safe and structured environment to showcase their skills and passion for the sport. TNT supports the community in other various ways. Throughout each of the 6 weeks, Incredible Giveaways will support those in need. It begins with distributing 500 pairs of shoes, ensuring that every participant has suitable footwear to excel on and off the court. Additionally, free book bags, haircuts, and furniture vouchers will be provided, empowering the less fortunate to thrive both on and off the basketball court. Under this agreement, Real Situations will engage in an estimate 1,000 middle school and high school students within Franklin County in the Thursday Night Thrillers summer basketball program. Students will participate in their 6-week summer basketball program, and each youth and their families will participate in the giveaways mentioned. The resolution supports the Rise Together Property Blueprint, goal number 12, increasing the number of children in safe and stable homes and environments. Antonio Gordon, CEO and Director of Real Solution, is here to offer comments and answer any questions that you may have. After those comments and questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution. Antonio?
Good morning, administration and commissioners. I'll just simple it up and say that the children of Franklin County are benefiting from a personal mission. I lost my mother in 2015, and I felt like with the way I was living my life in that time period, that between 2015 and 2021, if I'd have died at that time period, I wouldn't have seen my mother again. So I felt like I had a lot of stuff to do to prove to myself that once Judgment Day came, that I would be in position to see her again. So I felt I had to get back out in the community and catch the young men who were like me. Not to put a damper on my mother's legacy, but I was one of those kids. So I know what it's like to not have shoes, to not have a haircut, well, for your mother to cut your hair. And that's a ball fade pretty much. So I knew as a young man what it would be like to build confidence. So that's where the giveaways came. I used kids like Dominique, who was probably the best basketball player in the state, to lure his friends to the park to get them all out of the streets. So that's where the 6-week basketball program came from, was Dominique Akins. So yeah, yeah.
Dominique?
Hello, commissioners and administrators. My name is Dominique Akins. Just for the way he's saying, the TNT is like a great thing because this community of like my generation age, it's like very hard to have everybody come together and do positive things. So I think the TNT was the first thing that made everybody come together, everybody have a good time, because everybody love basketball for real. And like I said, it just make everybody come together and have a good time. And like you said, he passing out shoes, good food. You got multiple teams playing. You got the police teams. So it's just a good event. Yeah, very, very fun out there. Good time, music, a lot of food. So yeah.
Yeah, please, Commissioner Crowe.
Thank you, President Boyce. So how would someone get to know about the basketball or the basketball program or all the things you're offering, and where do they sign up?
We've been using it, pretty much every kid is on social media, so we use social media a lot. It's Facebook, Instagram. We have a lot of partners that's publicizing it because we really want the kids who need it to come out there and get the shoes, because the opening night, we'll give away 500 pair of shoes. We'll give away free diapers and wipes to mothers. We're giving a card to a high school graduate. So we're really just trying to publicize as much as we can to get the ones out there who needs it.
So it's still time for people to sign up?
Yes.
And when is the first night?
June 27th.
Thank you.
Antonio, you funded all of this by yourself for the how many years?
2.
For the first 2 years, you funded all this by yourself.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. It was a great conversation that we had. I appreciate that. So Dominique, how good is it to beat the cops when you play them?
It feels very good because like they're older, so like it feel like weird, you know. So it definitely feel good. But at the end of the day, it's just a good time playing with them. You know, everybody on the same page, just having fun. So yeah, it's definitely good.
So it's pretty easy because they're older.
kind of easy because we got more stamina and stuff. They get tired faster. But it's definitely good playing against them, you know.
Just want to make sure we got that on the record, so. Thanks, guys.
Commissioner, DCA Bivens.
Thank you, Commissioners. I just wanted to make mention, last year I actually attended TNT not knowing what it was, and when I went, and it's a huge park, you don't even see grass because there's so many young people out there, and there's DJs, and there's food, and there's these giveaways. But what I want to say to you particularly, because I believe that you are one of our unsung community heroes. And the reason why I say that, there's not a lot of community partners that I work with who stand flat-footed, 10 toes down to say to me, I put my own money in this because I believe in it. And I'll go take a loan out if I can get these kids out the street. One of the things that Mr. Gordon did not mention was during these 6 or 8 weeks, it is a 0, 0, 0, 0 violence rate. You bring all thousands of kids together and there's no violence. The police are out there, the fire folks are out there, all these variations of different people coming from all walks of life and very in different communities. That doesn't happen. I see T Street in the audience. You know how it is when we're doing summer placements and we got to figure out where we're going to place kids so we don't have these beefs. I want to commend you because I believe that you are one of our authentic leaders in our community. It has been a joy to work with you because I believe in your leadership. And these young people follow you because they believe in you and they see you. So thank you.
The only thing I add is that, in my business life, when you're building business and you're raising capital or equity funds, people will be like, well, what kind of skin in the game do you have? And so you got skin in the game, as they say, and appreciate that. And because of that, we want to be there to support you and allow you to build on the foundation you have. So good work. I'd love to come out and see the basketball tournament when it's happening. So please invite me out. Send an invitation.
DCA Bivens told us we didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I think you should get Commissioner Boyce on it.
All right, is there a motion to accept this resolution?
No motion until you answer the question.
And look, I was
my man said it well. I'm too old for that. basketball days is long gone. for me.
And I was a wrestler.
I'm not trying to tear Achilles tendon.
President Boyce. I told Mr. Gordon that you had a famous shoe story, but you didn't tell it, so.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna just stay low key and say I support this. So.
You went to East, I heard.
I did. Listen, don't let these people get this thing going. Is there a motion to accept this resolution? Jeez. All right. Move to. Right.
If there are no additional comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 43024.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 43024 has been adopted.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
That's a nice number right there.
It is.
Oh, my name is on the back. I love it. Thank you. You come bearing gifts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court of credibility, thank you.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is economic development planning.
Resolution number 43124. Resolution authorizing a First Amendment to the Consulting Services Agreement with Guidehouse Incorporated to provide support with administering grant programs provided by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in the amount of $750,000.
Morning, Commissioners, County Administration, Walter Dillard, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. This resolution seeks your approval for a First Amendment to the Consulting Services Agreement with Guidehouse Incorporated that was adopted by Resolution 0801-23. This amendment expands the scope of services to ensure all phases of HUD-related remediations and EDP operational improvements are achieved in tandem with EDP leadership. This amount is not to exceed $750,000. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 43124.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 43124 has been adopted. Resolution number 43224, resolution authorizing the execution of the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Rolanda L. Brown at 8242 Sugar Magnolia Drive, Blacklick, Ohio, 43004.
Seeks to discharge the mortgage of borrower Rolanda Brown, whom received a housing assistance grant on October of 2019 in the amount of $5,377.50 from Franklin County Commissioners. This loan has been paid off in full and has fulfilled all loan obligations. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 43224.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 43224 has been adopted. Resolution number 43324, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Ronald T. Sanford at 3740 Genesee Avenue, Mifflin Township, Ohio 43219.
This resolution seeks to discharge the mortgage of borrower Ronald Sanford, who received a housing assistance grant in October of 2006 in the amount of $1,919 from Franklin County Commissioners. This loan also has been paid off and all loan obligations have been fulfilled. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 43324.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 43324 has been adopted. Resolution number 44424, review of petition to annex 4.4 acres more or less from Plain Township to the City of Columbus, case number ANX-09-24.
Commissioners, this last resolution is to consider an expedited Type 1 annexation petition of approximately 4.4 acres from Plain Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed includes parcel number 220-001876, located at 5918 Wendell Drive. 41% of the site's perimeter is contiguous to the City of Columbus. Plain Township and the City of Columbus entered into an annexation agreement on February 26 of 2008. This petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.022 of the Ohio Revised Code. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 44424.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 44424 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 43424, resolution approving COVID-19 recovery grants and TANF subaward agreements with multiple community partners for the Franklin County Ready to Earn Youth Employment Program in the amount of $2,425,155.20.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carmen Barnes, Assistant Director, Job and Family Services. Commissioners and County Administration, good morning. Commissioners, you recognize youth gun violence as a public health crisis and have committed to investing in community programming during the out-of-school time. By engaging youth and young adults in year-round enrichment activities, including workforce preparation, training, and employment services, Franklin County and our partners are able to offer positive and productive alternatives to social isolation and other challenges impacting mental health and wellness. This resolution and our next one reflect that commitment through our Ready to Earn program. Youth participating in the 2024 Ready to Earn Summer Employment Program will receive training in essential workplace behaviors, including punctuality, professionalism, teamwork, and 21st century workplace skills, such as critical thinking and communications. This resolution covers agreements with 3 of our partner community agencies, Godman Guild Association, Lead the Way Learning Academy, and St. Stephen's Community House with their Pathways to Progress collaboration with The Ohio State University. The providers will be offering different tracks of age-appropriate summer employment and work experience. For youth ages 14 through 15, they will participate in a 6-week work-based learning program where they have the opportunity to earn stipends of $1,500 and can earn additional dollars and incentives. For youth ages 16 through 18, they have the opportunity to participate in traditional work experiences with government, nonprofit, and private sector organizations where they can earn wages up to $15 per hour. And finally, our older out-of-school youth, ages 18 to 21, will have the opportunity to participate in pre-apprenticeship training programs in the automotive, building, construction trade, transportation, non-clinical healthcare, and logistics industries. In addition, St. Stephen's Community House will also provide in-depth career readiness training and skill development for 50 rising sophomores and juniors during the upcoming 2024 school year. In total, these ready-to-earn year-round and summer partners will afford over 505 youth and young adults the opportunity to develop their essential skills needed to be successful in the workplace. Today, we have Pathways to Progress Program Director, the amazing T. Street, who's joined us with a couple of students today to share some words about their program with us today. And following this conversation, pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution. T.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
County Administrators. Y'all know I'm short, right?
You can move the podium down. There's a button that moves it down.
That was it. Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come and talk about Pathways to Progress. This is absolutely, in my 28 years of working with young people, this is absolutely the crown jewel of my work and my service to Franklin County young people. It's the program I dream about in my sleep. It's the program I get up thinking about. They're the young people who give me such great hope for the future of this community. I'm looking at the two young men behind me and knowing their stories and knowing like how excited they are to talk. Last week we went on to do a campaign blitz to fill the rest of the slots in our program and exceeded the slots in our program. And it was such an amazing thing because I don't believe that I'm the best spokesperson for Pathways to Progress. I believe that the young people who've been in this program are. I think they speak well to the value of the program. People give me credit for it, but my program is successful because everybody's out paying teachers $38 an hour to fill program slots. My program is fully staffed by college kids, so they get that opportunity, that experience. And now we have a youth staff program, so 10 young people from the prior year are able to come back and sort of collaborate to help these young people reach the goal of completion of the program. We teach the 4 21st century work skills, whether you're talking about work, college, or career, which is why our program is called Pathways to Progress, recognizing that different young people choose different pathways. We teach communication, critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. Those 4 skills are what our employers tell us our young people don't have. So our job is to make sure that when they're finished with our program, they do have those skills. So I'm going to turn this over to the two young men that I brought with me today, Mr. Logan Booker and Mr. Gavin White, and I'm going to allow both of them to speak to their experience in P2P.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You can raise it.
My bad. P2P for me was a good program to learn from how to be a leader, how to be a better role model for my little brother overall. It brought me to 4 C's, like Ms. T said, creative, collaboration, critical thinking, and communication. But before the program, I wasn't really I didn't really express myself. But throughout the program, there would be times where Ms. T would allow us to speak up and do things that I never really done before, like speak in front of a crowd. To be honest, I wouldn't even be here if Ms. T wasn't. I ain't gonna lie, I really wouldn't. But overall, I feel as if this program taught me how to adapt to new things, new change, and overall just be a leader. My little brother's going to the program this year. Hopefully he can, because he's very quiet, very not very open-minded about things, and I hope this program can really teach him how to really uplift himself. But this program is not just about, this program is just really, it really taught me how to really adapt to change and really adapt to overall well-being. But throughout the summer, I've had more fun than I've ever had at a job, and it just really brought my attention to the fact that I really need to lock in with school, lock in with work, and lock in with everything else, because overall, it just really brought to my attention that I'm not where I want to be in life. I'm a young man, I'm only 17 years old, and I have a lot of life ahead of me. So just think about the future and just think about what I want to do when I turn 18, 19, overall. When I get to college, it just really brought to my attention that I need to do better and lead and be a role model for my little brother. So this program not only teaches you how to become a leader, it also teaches you how to become a better person overall. So I'm gonna refer to my brother Logan. Give some words about the program.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good
I first want to, I appreciate y'all for funding this program. This summer, I play sports, I play football, but I wasn't gonna play this year because I suffered a concussion. So when Miss T gave me the opportunity to come out, work for the program, at first I was hesitant. I was like, oh, it's probably one of them summer programs that like they run in school. It's not gonna be it. And then, but something just told me, like, I prayed on it, my mom prayed on it, something just told me to accept the program. It's the best summer I've ever had. To the friends I met, I have mentors that I still talk to. They don't even work with us. I still talk to. If I need someone to talk to, I know I always have someone I can rely on. Miss T is a great leader. I appreciate it. We was having fun. I feel like I've learned more in P2P than in school sometimes. They teach you stuff that you're going to use in life. Some of these teachers in schools, they don't care. They'll give us a passing grade because it passes them. They don't care about us. So to have a program that I can go to during summertime and someone cares and your expectations is up here compared to school where it's down here, that is amazing, and I appreciate y'all.
Wow. I don't have that. I mean, it's like mic drop. It's wow. Thank you for continuing to do this work, Ms. T. And thank you for bringing this resolution. Thank you for your words. For people who are listening online or in the audience, share the program and how it is transformational and life-changing, where you see hope and you're like, I want to be the best and lead, and that there are people who absolutely care about me and my future and my life. Wow, thank you. And maybe next year we could have more slots available.
Commissioner, we added 20 slots this year because we're full.
Wow.
We're full. And we're supposed to stop at 100.
You can look over here and say it's because of me.
So last week I posted that we had just done staff interviews and we had these great number of candidates, but unfortunately we only had 7 slots. And Deputy County Administrator Bivens said, well, that's easily remedied, just take some more kids. And I gave her the side eye. But we did open it up to 20 more kids, and so we'll have 120 kids this summer. And people ask, why not the volume? I'm a quality versus quantity person.
Yes.
Every kid in my program, I know them and I know their story. I support them and I'm able to talk to them throughout the year. For me, I don't go for numbers. I go for outcomes.
Absolutely.
The bottom line is results and everything else is rhetoric. And so for me, I'm looking for the results through the young people that we serve. And so for me, 120 is a good number, but we can scale it. And right now, my assistant director is learning the program. She can run the program herself. We just completed last night our first year-round program for Franklin County. And we turned our program into a year-round. And last night we had completion ceremony. Gavin didn't tell you that he was in the program for a year, and he came back his second year as a youth staff. And he doesn't give himself enough credit. Raise your hand, Gavin. He doesn't give himself enough credit. We have an adult staff and a youth staff per team, and then we have all the adults who are in the room. And his person had to go on vacation for a minute last year, and he ran his team by himself as another high school student. Logan was in the program this past year, and he's coming back this summer as youth staff. We choose 5 of each. We have 5 male staff, 5 female staff, 5 male youth staff, and 5 female youth staff, because we believe in gender equity. And so there we are. But these are just 2. I could have brought you 50, and they all would have had the same kind of experiences, because it's not me, it's about them creating. Last night, as one student said, we have kids with disabilities. We don't screen kids. We have kids with autism, any place on the spectrum. We have kids with physical disabilities, and we don't screen kids. We simply grow all kids well. And last night, one student said, I grew because P2P is a safe space. That's the biggest compliment I could have been given. So there it is.
We've sent Ms. T, there's kids that have been on ankle monitors. Judges have sent kids to her on ankle monitors.
And one will be on a youth staff this year. He was on an ankle monitor all last summer. He got off the day before the program ended, and he's going to be on youth staff this summer.
There are kids who have been severely depressed, suicidal. They have gone to this program, their lives have been changed. So thank you. And Logan, if you don't mind me asking, I would like for you to come and do an in-service for my team, my HHS team. Because when you talk about the grade just passing, we need to know from your perspective how we can be better in our service delivery to serving your generation.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion?
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 434-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 434-24 has been adopted. Resolution number 435-24, resolution approving a COVID-19 recovery grant and TANF subaward agreement with the Columbus Urban League for the Franklin County Ready to Earn Youth Employment Program in the amount of $2,500,000.
We are also looking to partner with the Columbus Urban League to offer ready-to-earn youth employment and work experiences programming. Under this agreement, the Urban League will provide year-round and summer program to no less than 600 youth and young adults through their Work Readiness Training University. The youth ages 14 through 21 will have opportunities to earn stipends, opportunities to earn credentials, opportunities to gain traditional and non-traditional work experiences. So this resolution supports goal number 11 of the Rise Together Blueprint by working to develop and deploy comprehensive career readiness support for students with exposure to work and integrated skills-based learning opportunities. I also want to note that the details and registration information for all of our Ready to Earn Summer Youth Employment Program, as well as our funded summer camps and elementary and middle schoolers, will also be available on our website, jfs.franklincountyohio.gov/summer later today, and we'll also be hosting lunch and learns for parents to learn how to engage their students on Wednesday, May 29th. Pending any questions, I ask for approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 435-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 435-24 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 436-24, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services to enter into one or more agreements with ConsumerInfo.com Incorporated, also known as Experian Consumer Services, in the amount of $25,000.
This contract will allow us to offer up to a year of credit monitoring services at no cost to designated Franklin County residents. Those services include Experian Credit Report at sign-up, credit monitoring, internet surveillance, identity restoration, and Experian Identity Works Extend Care, and up to $1 million in identity theft insurance. We've worked in consultation with the prosecutor's office in pursuing this contract, and it is worth emphasizing that this is strictly a proactive measure. This would allow us to act quickly to support residents in the unlikely case of disclosure of personally identifying information. Pending any questions, I ask for approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 436-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 436-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 437-24, resolution authorizing a sub-grant award agreement with Mental Health America of Ohio for the planning and implementation of a peer recovery supporter community event and job fair under the FY 2021 Justice Assistance Grant in the amount of $2,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Rochelle Pride, Director for the Office of Justice Policy and Programs. For FY 2021, the Bureau of Justice Assistance directly awarded Justice Assistant Grant funding to Franklin County. These local awards are determined by a formula that takes into consideration the population size of each jurisdiction and its proportion of the state's 3-year violent crime average. As the entity, an entity of this direct allocation, the funds entered into this program will be through an MOU that outlines Office of Justice Policy and Program as the fiscal agent and administrative agency to Mental Health America of Ohio. Mental Health America of Ohio will utilize these DRAG funds to support the PRS community event and job fair for offsetting the cost of keynote speakers and facilitators who have shown exceptional leadership and dedication in the field of peer report recovery. Mental Health America Ohio will partner with Mary Haven Southeast Healthcare and Adam H. Franklin County to address the needs of the certified PRS employers and supervisors. The job fair aims to provide individuals in recovery with linkage to inclusive and supportive services and equitable opportunities for peer support employment sector. This event will take place on May 22nd, 2024, and it is anticipated that at least 50 peer recovery supporters will receive this opportunity for training and support. Pending any questions, we would seek your approval of this resolution.
Great.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 437-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 437-24 has been adopted. Resolution number 438-24, Resolution authorizing a contract with the University of Cincinnati for justice practitioner training programs in the amount of $8,000.
The Office of Justice Policy and Programs intends to enter into a contract with the University of Cincinnati to provide a one-day Ohio Risk Assessment System training for up to 30 justice practitioners charged with providing services in a range of treatment, corrections, and community settings. Training will provide an overview of this assessment tool and offer techniques for administering and scoring each assessment and developing a high-fidelity case plan. We anticipate staff from the following justice partner agencies to be in attendance: the Franklin County Community Corrections Facility, Franklin County Municipal Court Probation, our Office of Justice Policy and Programs, as well as our Sheriff's Office and Alvis. This training will be offered over 2 days during the summer of 2024, and this total contract amount will go through August of 2024, and the training will also be contracted and paid out through our 2023 CDC Grant Award from Franklin County Public Health. This resolution supports goal number 9 of our Rise Together blueprint for reducing poverty in Franklin County by improving the physical, mental, and behavioral health and well-being and increasing the access to care. Pending any questions, we would seek your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 43824.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 43824 has been adopted. Resolution number 43924. Resolution authorizing the execution of the pre-award conditions and acceptance of the Franklin County FY 2023 Services Training Officers, Prosecutors, Violence Against Women Act Administrative Grant Award and granting authority to the county administrator to sign all acceptance documents and waivers related to the grant program in the amount of $25,633.68.
This resolution is being presented to you today for the execution of all pre-award conditions and acceptance of our FY 2023 Stop Violence Against Women Act in the amount of $19,225.26. OJPP is also requesting authorization for our county administrator to sign all documents related to this grant agreement. There is a cash match that is required in the amount of $6,408.42, which brings the total to the $25,633.68. The administrative funds will be used to offset OJPP personnel costs and all that's necessary to administer this block grant. In FY 2022, this funding supported direct services to 10,209 victims in training for 2,236 professionals and volunteers. Additionally, 2,171 cases were able to be taken on by the Specialized Prosecution Section of the Columbus City Attorney's Office and our Franklin County Prosecutor's Office based on our partnership and subsequent agreements. Pending any questions, we would seek your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 43924.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 43924 has been adopted. Resolution number 44024. Resolution authorizing the execution of the pre-award conditions and acceptance of the Franklin County FY 2023 Services Training Officers, Prosecutors, Violence Against Women Act Block Grant Award and granting authority to the county administrator to sign all acceptance documents and waivers related to the grant program in the amount of $770,632.73.
Upon execution of the pre-award conditions and signing and acceptance of those documents and waivers, these grant funds will be used to enhance prosecution, law enforcement, and victim services targeted to female victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and dating violence. Per the federal directives, Stop Violence Against Women Act funds must be allocated using the following formula of 25% for prosecution, 25% for law enforcement, and 30% for victim services, and the remaining 5% for court services, and the other 15% is discretionarily distributed. Additionally, per OCJS and the Ohio Violence Against Women requirements, 10% of the victim service allocation must also be awarded to culturally specific organizations. Pending any questions, we would seek your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 44024.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 44024 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sanitary Engineer.
Resolution number 44124. Resolution authorizing an easement purchase agreement with the Morbitzer Family LLC for a permanent utility easement and temporary construction easement for the Village Park Pump Station Replacement Project and accepting the easements in the amount of $5,000.
Morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Ryan Stowe, Assistant Director for Sanitary Engineering. The Department of Sanitary Engineering owns and operates a sanitary sewer pump station, which serves our Village Park subdivision of approximately 250 homes in Prairie Township. Pump station was constructed in 1991 and is near the end of its useful life. The current location of the pump station, approximately 1,100 feet from the nearest main road, which is Ash Park Drive, subject to illegal dumping and vandalism. To allow for better access and improved safety to staff, sanitary engineer wishes to build a new pump station in an easement on a property along Ash Park Drive. The Department of Sanitary Engineering has worked diligently with our design consultant and the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office to secure such an easement. An agreement for a permanent utility easement and a temporary construction easement has been reached between the property owner, Morbitzer Family LLC, and the Department of Sanitary Engineering. The department has agreed to purchase a 0.181 acre permanent utility easement for $5,000 from the property owner. In addition, the property owner has agreed to grant a temporary construction easement of 0.121 acres to allow for construction of the new pump station at no cost to the county. The easement will be purchased using the department's sewer capital funds, and all forms have been reviewed and approved by the prosecutor's office. In addition, a purchase order in the amount of $5,000 has been requested. Pending any questions or comments, I respectfully request the passage of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 44124.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 44124 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Resolution number 44224, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,165,561.72.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing, and joining me is D'Amica Withers, Chief Economic Equity and Inclusion Officer for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Our first resolution this morning requests your approval of 96 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and D'Amica has the supplier diversity data.
Thank you, Megan. Commissioners and County Administration, 8 of the purchase orders being presented are being awarded to small and emerging businesses totaling $78,927.58. Awarding to 3% of small emerging businesses, 1% to minority-owned businesses, and 4% to women-owned businesses. 7 agencies have provided equitable and inclusive opportunities to small businesses this week. That includes Public Facilities Management, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Franklin County Data Center, Court of Common Pleas, Domestic and Juvenile Court, Board of Developmental Disabilities, and the Prosecuting Attorney's Office. If there are no comments or questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 44224.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 44224 has been adopted. Resolution number 44324, resolution approving one purchase order for Franklin County Public Defender's Office in the amount of $40.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution requests your approval of one purchase order. The county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 44324.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 44324 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any generalizations?
There are not.
Okay, that concludes our regular meeting, and thank you very much. Are we going into?
Yes,
petition
just give
already?
me a few moments.